The Trials of Tav mod, created by Hippo for Baldurs Gate 3, feels like an actual standalone DLC for this game, and it's the perfect mod to play if you enjoy combat, want to get better at combat, and of course, test your skills in combat. And I'm not sure if this is going to become an official mod when we end up getting patch 7 one day, but since we don't have that yet, the final chapter marker of this video will be a step-by-step in teaching you how to install this mod. But first, a quick message from an awesome video sponsor, Boot.dev. Boot.dev is a platform that uses tactics learned from modern game design to push ambitious students towards their goal, a career in back-end development. But Wolf, e-learning can be so boring. Well, the folks at Boot.dev are well aware of this, and they have quite literally designed their platform to make sure that you're never bored, and they do this through their online self-paced courses that make you feel like you're playing a captivating RPG. You can earn XP, levels, achievements, and complete quests to get a top spot in the global leaderboard. All this fun stuff while you learn back-end web development from start to finish in the Python and Go programming languages. Take a look at all the awesome courses here, and do keep in mind you can try all of them for free. You'll ultimately progress to your capstone project, and Boot.dev even offers courses to help you find a programming job. This platform is clearly designed to get you writing a ton of code in an enjoyable way, and Boot.dev believes that getting your hands on the keyboard and shipping projects is the only way to really learn. Now, if you're unaware, programmers have amazing earning potential, and according to Stack Overflow, the median salary for back-end developers in the US in 2023 is in the 6 figures. So click the link in the description box and use my code WolfheartFPS to get 25% off your first payment for Boot.dev. That's 25% off your first month or your first year, depending on the subscription that you choose. Back to the video. If you want to see my first attempt at the Trials of Tav on the hardest difficulty possible, stick around after this explanation segment. So the Trials of Tav took Hippo roughly 400 hours to complete, and it's described as, tired of all these roleplay elements in your combat game? You already know all the overpowered builds? Even honor mode is too easy for you? Don't look further, you just found the roguelike mode mod, the ultimate test of skill and strategy. Will you brave the Trials of Tav? So this mod is really all about combat. There's no story, you won't be exploring or completing quests. But let me just say this right now, that it's not just for those of you who are experts or good at combat, like the description kind of implies, because you can play this mod on any of the BG3 difficulties, with of course honor mode being the hardest challenge. Also note that you can create save and load points as you progress, with the exception of honor mode. So the trials are combat arenas from all acts of Baldur's Gate 3's map, and you'll be teleporting to these battlegrounds from your camp, with your camp serving as the central hub. When you achieve victory in an encounter, you'll earn XP, loot, currency, and rogue score, to which you will manage all of this at your camp. You can have a party of up to 4, and this can include hirelings. You can call in origin characters from the extras tab, and even friends can help you, as this mod apparently works in multiplayer. XP is pretty self-explanatory. You earn it from combat, then you level up. Loot is a very interesting aspect of this mode, as after each encounter, randomized loot drops, and it's up to you to take advantage of it the best that you can. This can be weapons, armor, items, camp supplies, etc. You will start off the trials with the bare bones minimum, so you will need to be creative with the loot that drops if you want to survive. You'll also earn currency, which can be used to unlock all sorts of useful stuff, such as tadpole powers, randomized loot chests, mind flayer form, Volo's eyes, powerful spells. You can even buy attribute points and camp supplies. You do have to rest to get your spell slots back, but you need to be thoughtful about resting, as supplies are limited. Completing encounters also earns you rogue score, and the quicker that you complete an encounter, the more score that you can get. If you're playing with the roguelike mode toggled on in the config menu, which is recommended, the higher that your rogue score gets, the harder that the game will become. And once you've earned enough rogue score, you can then unlock New Game Plus, which will start the game over in an even harder state, but you get to keep your current party in power, and more unlocks will become available. This mod contains 200 plus enemies, 38 maps, and is said to have 100 hours of new gameplay. You can start the trials off with a brand new character, but you can also use ones that you already have, as I did give this a quick try, but I would say do this at your own risk, because I don't know if this is going to affect your save files if you care about those. All right, let's play some Trials of Tav. So I started a new game. I think you can actually enter it with your previous characters, but I'm a little bit worried what that could possibly do to save files or anything like that. So I'm just going to start an entirely new character right here, and we're going to of course do it on honor mode. So we'll start up the game. I'm just going to play as origin character Lae'zel here, as a pretty basic fighter. And we're going to hire some hirelings, and then we're going to load into the tutorial ship right here. I'm just going to skip these cutscenes if I can. It's been a while since I've played this. And here we go. Welcome to the Trials of Tav. Start playing. We're going to skip right to camp. And our first pop-up says, play roguelike mode. Continuously create new battles. You'll gain a higher score with every completed fight. Difficulty increases with the score. So yes, of course, we're going to do that. And here we go. So we have our Trials of Tav menu right here, which you can exit out of, and to get it back up, you press U. And right here, we have our play menu, our unlocks, and these are all of the things that we hope to unlock over time. We have to, of course, strategically choose what we want to unlock, because we currently have 0 currency and 0 rogue score. And then our configuration menu right here, you can really tweak pretty much everything here. I'm going to go ahead and click on something here in the config menu called challenge mode. I'm just going to play on the hardest possible difficulty. I think this is probably already hard in roguelike mode, on honor mode, but we're going to make it even harder with challenge mode here. I don't want this to be like a 8-hour recording. And then I have my loot menu right here. You can toggle different things that you want to drop for loot. I'm just going to leave everything on default right here. So here we are at the river camp, a very familiar place. And I'm going to go ahead and talk to Withers and hire some hirelings right now. I'm just going to run with a party of 3, actually, not 4, just for the sake of time. Just to kind of show you guys how this works. So we're going to gimp myself even a little bit more. I'm nerfing my party. Okay, so now I have my party ready to go. And there is the mirror over here where you can change the way you look. And you can also talk to Withers to respec. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and press U, Trials of Tav. We're going to click on play. And it's time to teleport to the ancient temple in Act 1. This is going to be our first combat encounter challenge. And the opponent should be around my level, at least to start here. But the combat encounters are progressively going to get more difficult. So we have this first round right here where I can kind of position myself. Wow, this is an interesting arena right here. The lava is everywhere. All right, I'm just going to move back away from the lava a little bit and spread out.
Let's go.
And then our opponent should spawn in here. I should actually cast Mage Armor. And here we go, our first opponents. What do we have here? We have Balthazar, a mini Balthazar, a level 1 human necromancer. Of course, I do want to do this as quick as possible, because the quicker that we do it, the more rogue score that we get. So let's go ahead and... where is he? Oh, he's behind us. Perfect. So we'll just move right up with Lae'zel. I wonder if I can push him. I'm going to try. Okay, it's a good start. Hey, that was it. So the first one was super easy. Perfect clear because I did it so fast. Let's go ahead and accept that, and then we're going to go back to camp. But before we do that, I do actually have to pick up my loot here. And we picked up a longbow, so this is randomized. So we kind of have to work with what we got. And after we pick up our loot, it auto teleports us back to the camp. And now I have this longbow here. And we just have to work with what we have. I think the longbow is probably going to be best on Lae'zel. Okay, so there we go. Now if I bring up my interface here, I currently have 6 currency to buy things, which I don't have enough to buy anything at this particular time. And I have a rogue score of 10. No need to take a long rest. We're just going to go ahead and go to the next combat encounter. So I'm going to go to play, and we're going to teleport to the Underdark. Let's see what we have here. Crepit Village. Alright, just going to go ahead and skip through our first turns here. Positioning is fine. And here we go. Now we have a level 1 Kobold, a Magma Method, and also a Goblin Brawler. I probably should have spread out on round 1, but that's fine. Level 3, interesting. Wow, we're only level 1 right now. I feel like challenge mode is going to be really tough. Go ahead and do Magic Missile. I am going to use a spell slot here. See if I can take out this Goblin Brawler. 1 or 2 rounds. Okay, he's almost dead. Let's go ahead and throw this extra javelin that I have and hopefully take care of this guy. No! Nice! Okay. And I don't think I need a potion yet. 9 out of 13. This is actually real. Oh my god. So just keep in mind, I'm playing on honor mode, and also challenge mode has been toggled. Clearly challenge mode is really tough, because this is only the second combat encounter that I've experienced. I haven't even had a chance to buy anything. And look at how much damage these opponents are dealing here. This is what I like to see, though. I'm going to switch targets here because we do have cold vulnerability. Oh my gosh, it wasn't enough. You got to be kidding me. We'll back up around here.
At the ready.
Take a potion. Okay, nice. I'm going to try to get around the corner right here so I'm safe.
One day I'll catch a break.
I'm not trying to be like perfect right now. I know a lot of you guys in the comments, as always, are going to be critiquing every move that I make here. I'm just trying to keep things moving and just kind of feel out this mode a little bit. See how hard this challenge mode is. All right, we'll just do a regular attack. Nice. And then we're going to start. Oh my gosh, forgot about that. Okay. All right. Okay, 2 people are down. We only have 1 left. Let's walk up here. Let's throw a health potion. I did not expect it to be this difficult. We'll get Lae'zel back up, and then I'm going to try to back up a little bit more. That's really tough. Facing 27 HP at level 1. Just going to do a regular firebolt. Nice. And then I also have second wind too. It's not good. Just out of our range. Maybe I can jump over here. There we go. Okay, time to kick some butt. What do we have? We have 1 HP left. Let's just do a pommel strike. Okay, there we go. I survived. I don't know if I'm surviving the next one. And also, everybody leveled up too. Okay, scenario has ended. We're going to go ahead and hold down Alt and see what type of loot we have here. So I got sourdough bread for resting, safeguard shield, hand crossbow +1, and an arrow of construct slain. We'll pick all that up, and it should bring us back to our camp. And now I have 15 currency, rogue score 13. Before I mess with that, let's see what we can do with the loot here. I guess we'll give the hand crossbow to my paladin friend right here. I picked up an arrow of construct slain. I'll leave that on Lae'zel. Then I have the safeguard shield.
Let's get going.
My paladin currently has the wooden shield, so let's equip that. We get a saving throw +1, so a little bit of an upgrade right there. So now I think I'm going to have to take a long rest, and let's see how many camp supplies. I only have 4 camp supplies right now. It does require 80 on honor mode. That's going to be pretty damn tough, but we'll auto select, and there we go. Got my HP back, got my spell slots back for my wizard, and now before I buy anything, let me go ahead and level up. You know, yeah, let's go abjuration. I'm actually curious now if I were to level up before I rested. I bet you it would have probably replenished my spell slots and my HP. I think I just wasted camp supplies right there. But hey, that's okay. Okay, so now let's go into the Trials of Tav mode here, and I'm actually gonna use this right now just for the sake of demonstration so you guys can see it. I'm going to go ahead and buy a tadpole power because I have 15 currency, rogue score 13, and we will buy the tadpole power for Lae'zel. Okay. And now you guys will notice I have 5 currency left, so I don't have enough to buy anything here. There's a lot of different things you can buy. And in the top right, we have unlocked an enlisted power. And I'll take favorable beginnings. And we're ready to go to round 3. Here we go. Okay, I think I'm going to have to be a little bit more tactical now. I don't know if a choke point's going to work here or not, but just in case, let's set up for it. My paladin right there. Lae'zel's going to go right here in the middle. Oh, I got spread out a little bit. Okay, and then the wizard's going to go... We'll put the wizard behind right here, and actually we're going to do mage armor. And here we go. Okay, we have... Oh, nice. The goblin spawned into fire. Got some AoE damage right there. A level 1 goblin tracker. Hyena. Level 1 with 15 HP. A spiderling, and then whatever else is going to spawn.
I'm fury.
We'll do the choke point right here. I'm just going to start off with a regular attack.
This is your end.
No! Perfect. I didn't even realize the hyena was upstairs. It's cool to see like these little arenas that are taken from the actual game. Let's do a regular attack. I don't want to waste spell slots if I don't have to. It seems like I have this encounter under control.
To strike.
Beautiful. This one turned out to be much easier than the second combat encounter. Okay, perfect clear. Double your score from 5 to 10. Yes. Let's go ahead and pick up the loot right here. We have the Eversight Ring, the Longsword +2. Nice. That's actually really good. All right, so let's take a look at our loot first. And I have the Longsword +2, which is actually a really nice find. That works out really good. And then the Blind immunity we'll give to Lae'zel also. Looks like you can buy Volo's Eye. You can buy attribute points, and there's going to be some cutscenes that come in once in a while. It's just how the mod works. You can actually, in the configuration settings, you can actually mess with how much story stuff could show up while you're playing. And we're going to teleport to Wraithwind Town. I'm pretty much screwed right now. If you guys notice my HP right here, because I'm taking damage from the Shadow Curse, and I haven't figured out yet how to get the Pixie Blessing on the Trials of Tav. And Future Wolf chiming in here, I did notice you can buy the Pixie Blessing from the Unlock store for 30 currency. So because I'm playing on Honor mode, you know, I can of course end campaign, and then we have to start over from the beginning and start back at level 1 and do all the trials once again. But you can also just continue, and you will have a save point at this particular point in the trials. That's it. And it gives you a little description here. And yeah, there it is. So I failed pretty quickly on challenge mode. I think mostly due to not having the Pixie Blessing, but really cool mode. And I'm going to keep playing. I'll probably do a live stream tonight or tomorrow. Maybe not on challenge mode. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching. We're going to transition into a part where I show you guys how to install this mod. All right, let me show you guys how I downloaded this mod. But keep in mind, I am by no means a mod expert. I'm using Windows, and I'm also using a Steam copy of Baldurs Gate 3. So the first thing that we need to do here is make sure that Baldurs Gate 3 is updated. If you want to make sure that you are always staying up to date, just right click on Baldurs Gate 3, go down to Properties, and then under Updates right here, you can set it how you want it to update. So I have it set on always keep this game updated. Most of you guys should have the current version, considering that we haven't had a BG3 patch in a while now. So now I want you guys to click on the first link, which is down below in the video description under number 1. And this is the link to install the Baldurs Gate 3 mod manager. And when you click on that link, it's going to bring you to this web page right here. And if we scroll down underneath setup on number 3 right here, it says grab the latest release. If you click on that, it should download for you. And since I'm using Google Chrome, this is showing to us in the top right of the browser here, and you can see BG3 mod manager has been installed. The zip folder has been installed. We still have to actually install the mod manager. Now, before you click on that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my desktop. This is what I do. You can do it your own way, but I like to right click on my desktop and create a new folder, and then I call that folder maybe BG3 mod manager or something like that. I've already created this folder, so I'm not going to use that folder that I just created, but as you can see right here, I have my mod manager folder. Now, if I click and open this folder for you guys, this folder should be empty because you just created it. So you're going to open up this folder, and then we're going to go back to that download. You can get to your downloads folder in several different ways, but if you're using Google Chrome, we can just go back to Chrome, click on the little arrow right here, and then I'm going to double click on the BG3 mod manager file that we just installed, and then I'm going to take these files and grab them and drag them over into my newly created folder over here. All right, so now that we've done that, now you're going to take a look at your folder, and we're going to click on the BG3 mod manager application, and this should install it and also start up the BG3 mod manager for you. I've already done this, but it's going to load up here, and here you go. This is the BG3 mod manager. It might look a little bit confusing, but it's really not that bad. Now I'm going to have you guys press Control P when you have the mod manager open, or you can go to Settings, Open Preferences, and we're just going to check the game data path and the game executable path. If you're using Steam, most of you guys will have this exact sequence of folders right here, and in the pinned comment and description box, you can just copy paste what I have down there into these lines right here, but most of you should actually already be good. This should automatically detect itself, but just in case there's nothing there or it's something weird, just double check it to make sure that these two lines are correct. If you're playing on GOG or your computer's just unique in some different way, you might have to do a quick Google search to try to figure out, you know, what your game data path should be. You just want to end up in the data folder for the data path, and you want to end up in the bin folder into the bg3.exe file for the game executable path. Most of you guys should be the same as me though. And now it's time to move on to the next step. So we've downloaded the Baldurs Gate 3 mod manager, but now I need you guys to click on the second link in the video description or pinned comment, and this is going to bring you to nexusmods.com, and it's going to bring you to the download for the Baldurs Gate 3 mod fixer, which is a requirement to play the Trials of Tav mod, which we haven't installed yet. Now, in order to install mods, I think you have to have an account on nexusmods.com. So go ahead and create a free account, and then you should be good to go. It's a trusted website. It's been around for a very long time. So anyways, that link will bring you to this page right here. And if you scroll down, we have the description, but we're going to click on the second tab, which is called Files. And since I don't really know what I'm doing, I just got this to work. For some reason, clicking on the mod manager download doesn't work for me. So I had to click on the manual download. This is going to work just fine. So if I click on the manual download, Then we're going to come over here and we're going to click on slow download because we have the free version. We have a free account with Nexus Mods. Click on slow download, and then the download is going to start here momentarily. For some of you guys, this might take a lot longer. And then in the top right of my Chrome browser, now we have the mod fixer folder installed. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back to the Baldurs Gate 3 mod manager. And don't worry, yours isn't going to look like mine because I've already done this. This should be empty and you're going to have nothing down here. But on your Baldurs Gate 3 mod manager application, you're going to click on File, Import Mod, and then you're going to go to your downloads right here. And you're just going to click on the mod fixer file, which we just downloaded, and then click open. And this should automatically install the PAK file from that mod fixer folder. And you're going to see in the bottom left, it says successfully imported mod fixer.pak. But you might not see it yet. So what you might have to do is, if you look on the mod manager application here, there's a little button that says refresh right here. If you guys click refresh, hopefully the mod fixer will show up for you underneath overrides here at the bottom of this application. This is where it should show up if it installed successfully. Now this next step should be super easy for most of you. So in your mod manager, if we click on tools right here, you should see download and extract the script extender, which is something that is also required for the Trials of Tav mod. And if we just click on that, it's going to ask you right here if you want to install it from this particular source right here, github.com, and that is correct. You're going to click on yes, and this should automatically install. If you look in the bottom left of your mod manager, it should say successfully installed the extender basically into the bin folder. Now, if you can't do that for some reason, you may have to manually download this file and then take the .dll file and drag it into the bin folder. If you have to do that, I will have a link down below to where you can download this, and also have a link to a Reddit post which explains all of this in writing in much more detail. But now, okay, now we have the mod manager installed. We downloaded the mod fixer, which should be showing up down here under overrides. We just downloaded the script extender super easily through the tools right here, download script extender. Now we're ready to finally install the Trials of Tav mod. But actually, before you do that, I want you to now start up Baldurs Gate 3. Just start it up one time, get to the main menu, and then exit out of the game. For some reason, the mod manager doesn't recognize that you installed the script extender until you start up the game one time. So just start it up, then exit out, and then you're ready to download the actual Trials of Tav mod. Now in the video description and pinned comment, I will have the link to download the Trials of Tav mod. So go ahead and click on that link for this next step, and it's going to bring you to this page right here that says Trials of Tav, a roguelike mode. And we're going to pull down a little bit, and we're going to click on Files, and then we have the mod manager download and the manual download. I have no idea what I'm really doing here. All I'm doing is showing you guys how I got it to work. For some reason, the mod manager download doesn't ever work for me. I don't understand it. I don't know why. So I always have to do manual download, but it's super, super easy this way. So if we click on manual download, a little pop-up will pop up right here, and it says additional files required, the Baldurs Gate 3 mod fixer, and also the script extender. And we just downloaded both of those. So we can just basically ignore that, and we're going to click on download right here. And we're going to have to, of course, click on slow download because we have the free Nexus mod account. And then after a few seconds, that should start, and it should pop up in the top right if you're using Google Chrome. It'll end up in your downloads folder. And we have the Trials of Tav folder right here. Now we're going to go back to the mod manager. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to click on File, Import Mod, and then you're going to click on that Trials of Tav mod right there. I already have the Trials of Tav installed, so I'm going to just install the Stellar Ponytails mod that I just randomly clicked on, and I'm just going to show you guys. If we click on open, then that mod should show up on the right side of the mod manager right here. These are all of your inactive mods. Now, I don't need the Stellar Ponytails mod, but as you can see, the Trials of Tav is right above this, and what you need to do now is you need to take the Trials of Tav, click on it, and hold and drag it over to the left, and this puts it into the active mods category. And then you got to go up to File, you're going to save order, then you're going to go to File, Export to Game, or Export Order to Game. You have to do this with every mod that you add into your mods. So we export order to game, and you can see a little green right there showing us that it worked. And now when you start up Baldurs Gate 3, you're not going to see anything for Trials of Tav, at least I didn't, until I went actually into the game itself. So I ended up creating a character, you go into the game, and then you end up in the tutorial ship, and then like seconds after spawning into the tutorial area, something will pop up and it will say, are you ready to start the trials? This should also pop up with your other saves and other characters, but you don't have to enter the trials with any of those. You can just leave all of those runs as their own runs, separate from the Trials of Tav And yeah, hopefully that works for you guys. Sorry if I made it more confusing than it needs to be. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just showing you guys what worked for me. I will have a link down below to the Reddit post that I followed to make it work for me. So if you guys want to follow it in writing. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. And I'll catch you on the next one.